I'm Ted. How the heck are you? Let me give you guys a piece of advice. If you've got kids getting ready to graduate high school, please don't encourage them to go to college. And let me tell you why. You're going to have a kid walk out of there who has been convinced by that college, because they want to milk them for the money that they can get out of them, that they are just the smartest thing that ever crawled out on the planet Earth. When the fact of the matter is your child's going to walk out of that school not as smart as the average eighth grader from 1900. Think about that for a minute. With all the money that's been paid into the educational system of this country, your child is stupider than the average eighth grader from 1900. But yet they think they're real smart. They really do. They've been convinced by the colleges how bright they are, how intelligent they are. Here's your participation prize. Oh, by the way, here's your loan payment. And for what? You might get a $60,000 or $70,000 a year job? In today's time, you can get a $60,000, $70,000 a year job going to a 2-year community college. Number one, you're not going to be, $75,000 to $100,000 in debt. And you're going to be working, making money while your classmates are still sitting in the classroom. I know it's a nice party experience, yeah. Life is not a party. And they come out of school because they got a bunch of socialist teachers and their professors trying to convince them that socialism is the greatest thing that ever hit planet Earth, but even though it's never worked anywhere, because it's very simple. You're not going to tax the super rich, folks. They can leave. One of the co-founders of Google took his money just a few weeks back and bought himself citizenship over in Cyprus, and took his money and left right after they started running Joe Biden for president. I guess he knew what was coming. They can hide their money in offshore banks. They can leave the country. They can move their assets around. You're not going to tax them, folks. And number one, you got a government up there who is made up mainly of millionaires and billionaires, and they're not going to tax themselves either, no matter what they tell you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, even notice Bernie Sanders. He used to say he was going to tax millionaires and billionaires, and when he became a millionaire, he quit including millionaires. Yeah. There's a lesson in life you need to teach kids. Life is tough, and it's even tougher if you're stupid. And college is going to make you stupid. It really is. You got college kids out there right now who thinks that the next Speaker of the House should be AOC. Now, this is the girl that wants to put all conservatives on a list to make sure that they never work in the government again, and they never do this, and they never do that, and they never do the other. I think we're really heading down the path. I don't know that it's necessarily going to be a civil war. It's going to be a situation of they're going to let the cities do what their cities are going to do, and that's defund their police and have all these problems. What they're going to find is these people can't leave when they start trashing these cities and these blue states. And the problem with socialism is it always turns into authoritarianism. Look at California. Can't go to the beach, can't go here. You can't have more than 2 people over to your house for Thanksgiving. We're going to cancel Christmas. We're going to do this. We'll throw you in jail. Kentucky's got that. Okay? These Democrats think that they are all powerful. They think they're the elites. What happens though when let's say you live out in LA and all of a sudden you find yourself just absolutely taxed into the dirt and can't afford to eat anymore, and you try to leave and you get stopped at the Arizona border and they go, turn around, go back, come in here. If we end up breaking this country up. After all, if you're going to try to take what is supposed to be your fellow countrymen and put them on a blacklist, that's what they used to do with communists back in the 50s, and socialists. Socialism doesn't fare well. Works in very small groups. So what you ought to do is you ought to take a state like California and make it a communist state, or a socialist state, excuse me. Let it become a socialist state. And you don't need our tax dollars from other places who are freedom-loving patriots. We don't need to pay into your state anymore. So you don't need road funds or any of that. You just pay for all your stuff, keep your tax money. But these kids coming out of these colleges, this is how they believe. And it's primarily because of the professors and so forth. We need to stop this. We need to quit funding these colleges. You haven't installed any kind of common sense into your children. That was your failure as a parent. That they think these things are okay. Maybe you grew up thinking they were okay. And if so, God love you. Enjoy it. You know? Keep kind of California and Oregon and Washington State. Do your things out there in New York. Stay with us. Leave us. We don't want any part of you. We like fresh air, wide open spaces, and freedom. Don't come crying to us when you don't have it. We have already seen now where states taking in these people are beginning to pay the price for allowing you to be in their states. So these states are beginning to let you know you're not welcome. Just not welcome here no more. Just soon you stay out. Texas is going to catch on for you. They're already beginning to have some headaches out of this. And Democrats flowing in out of California trying to tell, actually was on the news bragging about we'll eventually turn Texas blue. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Because the Texans will rear up on you long before that. Stay where you're happy, stay with, like kind, you hang around with like kind. And that's the way it's always been. That's the reason for this country the way it was designed. Nation states, okay, who formed a union. We need to get back to that way of thinking. Nation states. And if they want to form a union, they can. And if they don't want to be part of your little union, that's okay too. And I think that's the direction that we're finally headed. We've gotten to that point where it's going to become a necessity. Either that or this country's going to blow up. So I think we really need to start having a serious conversation about how do we just bring away. There's no reconciliation. You got college kids who thinks that AOC should be the next Speaker of the House, create her little lists. Anybody that doesn't think like them is the enemy. That's the way they look at it. Not that it's a fellow countryman who doesn't agree with you because they have a different kind of lifestyle and a different way of thinking. No. It is you are the enemy. Well, sooner or later that comes to a head and it has to get done. I think we could probably still deal with it reasonably by just starting to a succession movement of states. Like-minded states form up together and say, okay, you don't like us, we don't like you. You stay where you're at, we'll stay where we're at, and life will be grand. You do what you want to do, we'll do what we want to do. Only problem they got is they'll quickly run out of money. Then they'll be asking us for help. There'll be no help coming. When they defund their police departments and criminals go, hey look, we can go clean that place out. They're not going to be happy about that either. The same states seem to be anti-2A, so they'll definitely pass a bunch of gun laws to where nobody can be armed, and no police to protect them. Good luck with your life. You're going to be ground zero for criminal activity. People don't think, and that is why I can sit here and tell you truthfully, and if you'd really like to pursue it further, I can go deeper into it. The fact of the matter is, if your child goes to college and gets a 4 or 5 year degree, they are dumber than an 8th grade graduate from 1900. Dumber. Your education system that we're all getting paid for is making your children stupid. Okay, take care. Have a great day. Help your kids out. Don't play with them. Take care.